My family skipped my birthday, but threw a grand bash for my sister. My family claimed they were too broke to celebrate my birthday. Yet my sister got a lavish party. When a college chose to honor me, they suddenly wanted to reconnect. I'm William Carter, the eldest child, a 24-year-old certified welder, and the first in my family to complete a vocational program. You'd expect a pat on the back or a warm family hug. Instead, when I aced my certification exam, my mom sent a text. "Nice job, honey. Let us know if you need a new toolbox." Smiling face with smiling eyes, they still saw me as the kid who forgot to RSVP for prom, not the guy who could weld a structural joint in under 30 seconds. My sister Lily, 2 years younger with hair 4 shades lighter and a star student vibe, was their pride and joy. Growing up, she had a shelf full of shiny awards for just showing up, while I had a drawer stuffed with receipts from part-time jobs, groceries, gas, work boots. She took ballet lessons. By 15, I was mopping floors at Smiley's car wash on weekends. It wasn't envy. It was a slow grind of being overlooked, one moment at a time. For my 18th birthday, Mom said, "No gifts this year, money's tight." 2 months later, Lily's sweet 16 had a chocolate fountain and a bounce house. A bounce house. When I earned my welding certification at 16, after 3 years of night classes and double shifts, I didn't tell them. I bought myself a burger, sat in my work van, and let the quiet be enough. My rescue dog, Ratchet, wagged his tail like I'd struck gold. When Lily graduated college, I didn't expect much. I wasn't even hoping for a small gesture. But what I saw was a full-blown spectacle. Our cousin Dylan, with his backward cap and podcast no one listens to, posted an Instagram slideshow captioned like a press release. "Lily made it, our valedictorian queen." There they were, Mom, Dad, Aunt Linda, Uncle Peter, even great-aunt Ruth, who hadn't been spotted since 2014, clinking glasses in the backyard, wearing matching shirts with monogrammed napkins and a cake taller than my fridge. I scrolled and waited. Mom texted, "We'll celebrate you later, William, so proud." When? No call, just the usual later that never arrives. I stared at my cracked phone screen in my studio apartment above a hardware store, Ratchet snoring beside me, my microwaved pasta gone cold. I didn't want the fanfare or the cake. I just wanted to be noticed. The next day, I pulled on my oil-stained boots, scarfed a breakfast burrito, and headed to work. We were down a man, so I welded pipes all day, sweat mixing with metal fumes. It was grueling but clear, unlike family. 3 weeks passed. No word, no follow-up, not even a how's work. I might as well have been allergic to family chats. Then Dylan showed up at my job, unannounced, rolling up in his beat-up Toyota, sunglasses on like he was shooting a movie. I was stacking metal bars when he said, "Dude, you won't believe who asked about you." I gave him the same look I give a faulty torch. "Spill it," I said. "Am I being recruited or robbed?" He grinned. "This guy I know, Victor, on the board of the technical college downtown. They're launching a trades campaign, Build the Future or something. They want real grads, not suits pretending to know a wrench from a hammer. I showed them your Instagram clip fixing that water line in the rain. You looked epic." "That wasn't rain," I muttered. "It was a busted pipe, got bronchitis for a week." "Exactly, grit, they loved it. They want you for the campaign, posters, ads, maybe a billboard." I squinted, half expecting another letdown. "What's the deal, free exposure and a coffee mug?" "Nah, man, a $2,000 stipend. They want your story, welding your grind, no fake stuff." I sipped lukewarm coffee from my thermos, picturing my trade school graduation, alone in a half-empty auditorium, clutching my certificate. Now strangers wanted my face on a billboard. "Fine," I said, "I'll meet them, but if this is a scam to sell toolkits to old ladies, I'm welding your car shut." Dylan laughed. "Deal. This is gonna be huge." The meeting was 2 days later at the college's main building, a place I'd never seen. My welding program was in a gritty warehouse that smelled of steel and sweat. This campus had coffee machines and ferns. Dylan warned me not to wear work boots, so I showed up in slacks and a polo with a faint bleach stain. I felt like a roofer at a country club, but they welcomed me like I was the keynote speaker. The coordinator, Naomi, asked real questions. Victor, the board member, already knew half my story from Dylan. They wanted to know about my shifts, my training, what I wished people understood about trades. I didn't hold back. I talked about late nights, choosing tools over textbooks, watching Lily get ovations for awards I didn't know existed while I fixed leaking pipes in basements that smelled like mold and defeat. They listened. Naomi said, "We'd be proud to feature you." That night in my apartment with Ratchet curled up beside me, I read their email outlining the campaign timeline. One line hit hard. We'll unveil the campaign at the summer commencement. My stomach twisted. That was Dylan's graduation, the one my family was attending for someone else. But this time, it was about me. I almost bilayed on the first filming day, grease still under my nails. Naomi called it authentic, clipboard in hand as the crew filmed me welding, sparks flying, sweat dripping. They caught me talking about things I'd never said aloud. Sneaking home at 3 a.m. after janitorial shifts in high school, tiptoeing over creaky floors. Or how Dad once said at dinner I was taking a gap year, when I was working 60-hour weeks hauling lumber. The crew didn't interrupt, just nodded. Naomi asked during a sit-down interview, "What kept you going?" I said, "I wanted to be useful even if no one noticed." Then, "Does your family know about this campaign?" I swallowed hard. "Not really. They know I work, but not that I'm proud of it." She smiled, scribbled a note, and said, "They will." They filmed my workshop, my worn boots, Ratchet wagging his tail like a mascot. They even got a time-lapse of me crafting a custom metal railing from scratch. It felt less like a shoot and more like therapy, like I'd been whispering my whole life and now I was shouting. I didn't tell my family. Not Mom, not Dad, not Lily. I wasn't hiding out of spite. Okay, maybe a little. I just didn't want them to brush it off as some trade thing. So I let them plan Dylan's graduation bash, posing in their pastel outfits with captions about legacy. Meanwhile, I worked, took Naomi's calls, approved headshots, and watched my name go from an email to a flyer to a banner. Naomi called to confirm. "We'll launch the campaign at the commencement. Your face will be on the main screen with your quote." I paused. "What quote?" She laughed. "The one about being useful even if no one claps. It hit hard in editing." The night before, Mom texted the family group chat. "Excited for Dylan's big day? Wear blue smiling face with smiling eyes." I stared at it, remembering the blue shirt I wore when I moved out, eating tacos alone after skipping my own graduation. I almost replied, "See you there," but didn't. I laid out clean slacks, polished my boots, and printed Naomi's email with my badge and parking pass. This time I wasn't sneaking in. I was invited. I arrived early. The auditorium lobby smelled of cologne and fresh diplomas. Staff bustled, taping signs, testing mics. Naomi handed me a badge with just my name, William Carter, no Lily's brother, no +1. "Ready?" she asked. "Born ready," I said, then panicked. "I mean, yeah." She laughed, handed me an envelope, and said, "After your feature, the dean wants to thank you backstage. Your quote's going on the college website." "Permanently?" I asked. "Yup. With your picture." I took a seat in the back, not hiding, just quiet. At 10:02, I saw them, Mom in her church best dress, Dad in a blazer from his failed HOA days, Lily with perfect curls and an iced latte. They didn't see me, they weren't looking. They sat near the front, Dylan snapping selfies like a rock star. I watched, feeling that old knot in my gut whisper, "This isn't your day." Then the lights dimmed and everything shifted. The announcer's voice boomed. "As we celebrate our graduates, we're highlighting stories that don't make headlines, the quiet victories, the builders who shape our world." My back straightened. "Today, we launch our Build the Future campaign, featuring someone who shows what grit looks like, even when no one's watching." The screen lit up. My face appeared, not a blurry snapshot, but a cinematic shot of me welding, sparks flying, my quote below. "I just wanted to be useful even if no one clapped." The room went silent. Clips rolled, me building a railing, fixing a pipe in a downpour, lifting my welding mask, sweat on my face. My interview played, talking about night shifts and choosing trades over college. The tagline closed it, "Build the future in every way that matters." When the lights came up, applause erupted, loud, real. People turned looking for me. A staff member said, "William Carter, please stand." My heart pounded, but I stood. Dylan's jaw dropped across the room. Dad whispered to Mom, frowning. Lily stared like I'd crashed her party. The clapping went on, strangers cheered. My family just gawked. Naomi smirked as I slipped backstage. "They didn't know." "Nope," I said. "Damn," she whispered, almost proud. "That's a hell of a reveal." Backstage smelled of coffee and nerves. The dean, a tall man with a warm voice, shook my hand like I was a hero. "William, it's an honor to meet the face of our future." I nodded, said, "Thanks, this means a lot," and took the campaign poster he handed me, my name and quote in bold. "This goes up in the main hall next semester," he said. "Students are already asking about welding." Minutes later in the lobby, I saw Lily by the exit, staring at my poster, latte in hand. I stopped nearby. "Looks better in print," I said. She turned slowly, her perfect composure cracking. "You didn't tell anyone?" "Nope." "Why?" I shrugged. "Thought it was just a trade thing, not worth a toast." She blinked, jaw tight, then looked back at the poster. I didn't know you were doing this. You never said. You never asked. The words were blunt, not cruel, but they landed. I thought you were just fine, she said. But this. You're on a screen in front of everyone. Weird, right? She gave a half laugh, half sigh. Mom looked like she saw a ghost. I'm shocked she didn't say I faked it. We laughed, small and uneasy, standing as strangers who shared a house but not a story. I didn't mean to make it a thing, I said. You didn't, she replied. We did, I nodded. Anyway, she said, it was cool, you looked like you. Thanks, I mumbled, unsure how to handle her sincerity. As I passed, I saw Mom and Dad by the vending machines, staring at the poster like it had insulted them. They didn't wave or approach, just stood there, awkward. For once, their silence didn't shrink me. I felt whole. Back home, my phone exploded, 38 texts, missed calls, Instagram tags from high school randos. Naomi's DM stood out. Videos live, 9.2K views in an hour. You killed it, fire. I watched it, sparks flying, my voice steady, comments pouring in. This is what kids need to see. Real work, real story. Hope his family's proud. That one made me laugh. The family group chat lit up. Mom, why didn't William tell us? We were stunned. Dad, saw it. You looked sharp. Didn't expect that polish. Lily, you're famous now, lol. Can I say I know you? Aunts, uncles, cousins chimed in, acting like they'd found a celebrity in their backyard. Mom's gem, we're planning a dinner to celebrate you this weekend. Just family. Right. The same family that missed my graduation but live-streamed Lily's from a party bus. I didn't reply. I shared the campaign post, my quote, my face, a hammer and flame emoji. Likes poured in from old classmates, even ones who mocked my work boots years ago. A stranger DM'd. Showed this to my dad. He said, you speak for us. My old chemistry teacher wrote, knew you'd go far, come speak to my class. I let it all sink in. Lily texted separately, more campaigns coming. They want me on a panel next semester, I replied. That's awesome, she said. We didn't even see it. No, I typed. You didn't. Mom texted again. Don't forget Sunday's dinner for your big moment. Funny how strangers' cheers make your family remember your name. I muted the chat, watched the video again, and smiled at my own words. I just wanted to be useful even if no one clapped. Turns out, they clap when everyone else does first. I wasn't planning to go to the dinner, but Sunday came and something said, let them see you now. So I went, clean jeans, black button-up, no flash, just sharp enough to be a stranger to their old jokes. Ratchet stayed home. He didn't need their drama. A sad "Congrats William" banner hung over the porch, recycled from Lily's party, her name faintly visible under mine. Inside smelled of cheap lasagna and tension. The whole crew was there, Mom, Dad, Lily, Uncle Peter, Aunt Linda, all smiling like they'd just spotted the boss in the audience. Mom hugged me like it was a performance review. William, look at you. I know, I said. Cleaned up nice. Dad patted my back. Big shot now, huh? Not a shot, I said. Just a stage. We sat at a table with paper plates, generic soda, and a cake that said, you did it, in red icing like they forgot why. The awkwardness was palpable. Mom raised her glass. To William for making us proud, we always knew he had it. I sipped water and stayed quiet. They didn't know. They didn't cheer my certification, post my first job, or show up when I graduated trade school. Strangers shared my video, Dean said my name, then they knew. Aunt Linda tried small talk. More billboards coming? Maybe, I said. Got 2 crews asking for contract work. Wow, she said, stunned. Lily leaned in. So what do you even do now? I grinned. Make sparks fly. She rolled her eyes but didn't push. Dad finally asked, what's next, son? I set my fork down. Meetings for a local partnership. Maybe my own shop by winter. Silence. Mom blinked. Your own what? Shop, I said. License clients, custom jobs, you know, real work. No one spoke. I stood, gesturing at the cake. Thanks for this. But I've got an early start. Welding doesn't wait. I looked at Mom. Lily's party had a band, could have at least gotten a kazoo. I left. Their faces were worth more than a toast. A week later, no texts, no follow-ups, just a few emojis in the group chat, and a random pic of Linda's dog. That Friday in the campus lobby for a panel meeting with Naomi, Dylan strolled in, camera bag swinging, sunglasses on. Big week, huh? Guess so, I said. You shocked everyone, I winked. Even you, he laughed, nervous. Yeah, well, catch you later. That night, I got a notification. Cousin Jason posted a selfie on Instagram in front of the college's new banner. Build the Future, featuring William Carter, my quote below. In the photo, I'm standing nearby, hands in pockets, staring at it like I can't believe it's real. His caption, didn't expect to see my name up there. No hashtags, just raw truth. Others shared it, friends, teachers, clients. I didn't post or explain. I let them see it, let them sit with it. I didn't need their stage to be proud. I'd built my own. They could toast all they wanted. I'd already raised a glass to myself. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories. Get more experiences.